I prepare here, and this is the back to bases, step-by-step process making purple cabbage dye and the different pH balance. Let me grab my paper here. The thing is, purple cabbage can change constantly, and it has a variety. You can add different ingredients like ammonia, vinegar. You can add aluminum sulfide or alum, however you want to pronounce it, and the color will change. So this here is the final product, and the more you add a purple cabbage in it to process, the darker the purple will become. So what I've done here is, this is showing you the stage here. Here's it raw. Here's why it was in there for a while, and then here's another one. As you can see, the difference in the colorations as the coloring goes out, and this here is what is left, and I'm going to eat this. So what you're going to get step by step, the first stage is you will see a light blue coloration appear right here, and then as it processes, there's still a blue coloration right in here, a little darker, a little bit darker. Now it's starting to turn purple. There's another one. Here you go. As it starts to change, it gets darker and darker as more of it leaches out of the purple cabbage. You're like, why would you want to eat purple cabbage? Well, you know, ain't no need letting it go to waste and throw it away. So keep getting darker. Then here is towards the final stage of it. Now, to create different colors, because the pH balance again is very sensitive. This here is alum sulfate or lemon sulfate or alum, however you want to pronounce it. This here is just sodium ash. We're going to try that out, see how it does. And this here is a capful of vinegar. So now, let's see here. I should have an eyedropper in one of these drawers. And you can tell I'm not very well prepared today. So let's go over here. Yes, I recycle cans. I don't throw it away. And I'm getting used to my new dentures. Thank everybody here for the aid in my dentures here. Well, I guess I don't see that. So what we're going to do is just take a little measuring cup here. Is what I want to have to do. I did that with my eyedropper. So I wanted something where I could reach down in there a little bit. Now we're going to grab some of this here, still warm. So, wow. And I'm making a mess. Now, so we're going to pour a little bit in each one. This one's the vinegar one. So you're getting a nice wine color one. This is a sodium ash. Look here, it turns into green. And this here is the aluminum one. So we're going to add a little bit more in there on each one. Stir it up just a little bit. The sodium ash creates a nice overall green. You got more of a wine color, still a purple base to it, a wine color to it here. And then I've got like this one here. So I want to lift it up so you can see them better. Okay, I've got right here, you see this overall coloration. That is with the vinegar in it. This one here, you can see the difference in it. Look here, you can see the difference in the color. Let me show you the original color here again. It takes about a half hour to an hour. Here, you can see here the difference in the colorations right here next to it. And that's with the alum in it. I imagine the more I add to it, the more the color will change. And then you got a definite green using soda ash. Now that's a different green coloration with the soda ash. And then you got more of a reddish tint, a wine color like coloration, more of a reddish with the vinegar in it. So we're going to add all of it in together, because what it is, I want to use this for a dye bath. We're going to see what I get here by adding all the ingredients in here, and simply just stir it up a little bit. Well, what I'm getting is this coloration here. See what I'm getting here? I'm getting this overall coloration. For the fun of it, we're going to add a little more vinegar in it. And see what I get here. Because I'm going to use this in a dye bath. Now, I got a little bit of cabbage in there left, but that's okay. Now, let's see what we get here now. You get more of a darkish blue color. The more vinegar I think you add, the more of a bluish color you will get. So, that's pretty cool, you know. Like I said, let me see if I can get a little bit of it down in here. It does have a bluish coloration, and we'll compare it next to the original purple here. You can see the difference here. It's got a little bit of a blue coloration to it, and that is totally different. With the Solely Mash, you get this nice bright green yellowish color right there. And of course, I got a little bit left in here. We'll see if I can't get some of it out. And then you got more of a reddish pink color for the other. So it's really all, you know, purple cabbage can be endless possibility. Look here, you can see the color in here on my thing. So I had to make sure I clean that up. I'm going to be doing some other back to bases here on this. Make sure you have some towels or something around when you're doing this process. The more purple cabbage, more purple cabbage you add into it, the stronger the mixture is. Now, if you're wanting to use this to dye with, and you just want to add more color, or you already got a skirt or a top or whatever, you already got coloring into it, it's very important that you put it in a cold bath solution and let it soak. Now, some people can dye it right off the bat and take it out. It's up to you. But leave it in the cold bath solution for a few days and allow it, and then check on it and keep moving the fabric around and make sure. Now, it's up to you on how long you want to leave it on. The longer, well, let me grab my thing. The longer you allow your mixture to stay in, the better. Now, if you're using white, just plain white, you can do this in a hot bath with the dye in there, and do your dyes in a hot bath and allow it to boil for like an hour or so. Let it, you know, heat it up for about an hour or so, and then set it aside and allow it to cool down and to absorb as much of it. Now, vinegar helps keep the colors in. Some people use vinegar and salt to help keep the colors from fading. So now there's different process. Now let's say you can check my pre-treatment out. I use 3 different ones. I use Solely Mash, I use aluminum sulfate, and I use vinegar. So this here is my basis on my dye right here. The more vinegar I add in it, the more changed in the color it's going to be. I'm going to use it, put it in a dye bath. I just really didn't want to put all my lettuce and everything in there. So you can see here it's fizzing up now because I've added a whole lot of vinegar in here this time. So I'm getting a nice overall reaction. So we're getting a nice little reaction here. And you can see here it's just fizzing away now. So the more vinegar you add into it, the stronger the mixture is, the stronger the change is going to be on this here. So it is just fizzing away. Again, you know, I've got this nice little wine color here. Let's see. You can see here I've got a nice little wine color back into it. And of course, the more vinegar I add into it, the more of a overall change I will get. I'm going to let that sit there because I'm going to do onion skins next. Again, this is a step-by-step process. I wanted to show it to you. As soon as you put it in the water, that starts. You get a darker blue, and then the purple starts to change into it. Again, you can see it gets darker and darker and darker, and then you get different colors from it by adding different ingredients into it, as you can see here. Because that there is not the same shade as that. You can see the difference in all the different shades you can create from just purple cabbage alone. Now, like I said, the next step is going to be onion skins. Now, I'm saving my onion skins up. Again, I want to show you one more time before I go bye-bye. That's the original one. This has been in there for a while. Then here's this, and then you started seeing some of the actual coloration coming out of it. So this is Life Prepper here. I want you to be safe, be happy, and bless you all.